During the holidays, nearly 40% of us feel our stress levels skyrocket. Almost half of us attribute this to spending time with the family.
Hopefully that's not the case for everybody, but author of the successful pitch, John Livesay, said he's going to give us some tips today about how you take some boardroom strategies to the family dinner table. And so I was having some fun. I was like, oh no, does that mean someone's going to hear, you're fired? And he's like, no, not your family.
You're out of the family.
Welcome to the show, and it's great to have you here.
Thank you, Christy. Great to be here.
Also a successful author. So I got to hear, how do you take boardroom principles to the Thanksgiving dinner table?
Well, they're both tables, so that's a good start, right?
Yeah.
And the first part is tell a good story. If you're in the business world, whoever tells the best story typically gets the sale. And the same thing is true when you're at the Thanksgiving dinner table. Stories bond us. So if you have a story ready to go of remember when we did this practical joke on each other and people remember that and bond together, it sets the tone for a good Thanksgiving.
So in other words, don't have Uncle Eddie there where it's like, oh yeah, I remember when I got that plate in my head, and no Uncle Eddie stories?
Dunking in the
thing?
eggnog and chugging it down.
Well, the secret to a good story is that it's clear, concise, and compelling. So if you're going to tell a story, don't go on and on and on. And if you're going to tell a story that's a little playful about someone, that's totally fine. Just don't make anybody feel bad.
So what sets us up for the unfortunate times together during the holidays? Because that helps us get kind of things off to a good start.
Sure.
Where do we go wrong?
Well, a lot of times people push your buttons, right? And I say sew those buttons up before you even get there. You're going to get asked some questions. Don't be a deer in headlights. Oh my God, I didn't expect you're going to ask me, when am I ever going to get married? Or, oh, have you heard about this new diet as their way of saying you've gained some weight? So just be prepared. And the same thing is true in work, right? You're going to get objections in the sales force. So you need to have some answers ready so that you can answer the question. And then the secret is, ask them a question back, but not a snarky one, a nice one. But if you get the focus off of you and when you're ever going to get married, you could say, tell me the story again of how you and Dad met, right? And then they get into that story.
Wow.
What if you do have that one relative that shows up and consistently causes problems, and you don't want to sew up, like you said, the things beforehand? Any strategies to help mitigate those situations when they happen? Or?
Well, I always say be the grown-up in the room. And that's true whether you're at the corporate boardroom table or your Thanksgiving dinner table, right? My friend Jana says, you know what, rise, be the cream and rise to the top, right? Don't let people drag you down. And the key with the family situations is let go of being right and choose to be happy. And you don't think you have to change everybody to get to agree to your positions on things or their values of when you should have been married or where you should be in your career. Let go of that. Be the grown-up going, this is what works for me. And I get that that doesn't work for you, but we're all here now and we don't have to look for our parents' approval anymore. We're adults.
So do you sort of frame yourself like, hey, look, it's going to be a few hours, maybe just a couple days, I'll just sort of stuff this for a while? Or should I go get counseling afterwards, or what should I do?
Well, I hope not.
Yeah, well, we all tend to eat too much at Thanksgiving anyway, so I wouldn't encourage anybody stuffing their feelings down with food, because
Right.
I've done that myself, and it doesn't feel good, right? But I do encourage you to take a break, right? Like if you don't have to, you're not a prisoner at the table, right? You know what? I need 5 minutes. I don't care if you can walk the dog, take a break, go in the bathroom, take some deep breaths, reset yourself so you don't let those buttons irritate you and get your anger up.
Well, I think the big thing, too, is sometimes at like a work meeting or an interview or something, you don't always have to see those people again. These are,
Right.
you know, people you're going to see the rest of your life. So
Right.
you might as well take some steps to make sure that you don't stir up too much controversy.
And it's all about remembering the good stuff and not the bad stuff. Even if somebody's pushing your button in the moment, just go, you know what, we have had some good times. And the same thing is true in business relationships, right? You can't get so obsessed on what's happening now. You need to zoom out and see the big picture. And remember, it is a holiday about gratitude. And the more grateful we come to looking for things to be grateful for, the better the meal will be.
Yeah.
All right, when we come back, much more on how to solve any issues you may have over the Thanksgiving holidays. Stick around.